do this seriously?
Hi, everyone.
Hi, everybody.
Hi, everyone.
Hi, everyone.
Not at all creepy there.
It's Kyra and Liz. In my shiny shirt. I wore my shiny
shirt. And your shiny shirt. Shiny shirt. Hey, guys. So we're here with Liz Dawn, and she is absolutely amazing. I know that I've talked to you about her before. I'm going to read the bio she gave me. So Liz Dawn is CEO and co-founder of Mishka Productions and Celebrate Your Life events. She's been producing events for 25 years with some of the most influential game changers of our time. 25 years.
Is there people there? Please say hello in the comments.
Yes. Please say hello. We've got a Facebook user here. Just tell me who you are. You said, LOL, you are so fun. Tara EJ, she says, hilarious. I'll stay for this.
I saw Tara yesterday. Tara. Yes. That's how I say it.
She said, hashtag, you go, girl.
And we've got Facebook users here.
We do.
You are so fun. We can't see your name so much.
That's Kyra. And then, yes. Oh, you are so fun. Facebook user. Tell me. Oh, it's Jamie Lynn. Jamie Lynn. All right. Okay, great. I'm so excited to get to have the beautiful, the amazing, the incomparable Liz Dawn from Mishka Productions. Yeah.
Okay, so who wants to see who Mishka was? Kyra, you've never seen this. Are you ready? Suzanne is here.
Oh, Suzanne.
You ready? Yeah. Suzanne, best-selling author of WTF, Willing to
Forgive.
Sorry, I had to say it.
Published by Jewish Publishing.
Can I tell you something? Everyone is published by you.
I know.
He sends me a message. They say, oh yeah, I just got my book published. I'm like, oh, who's your publisher? Kyra from As You Wish Publishing. I'm like, oh, everybody, she's popular.
Okay. Oh, look at the baby. Yeah. Oh, that's Mishka.
Mishka's in doggy rainbow, jumping around with my mom over my shoulder. Wait, can I do this right? There we go. Mom over my shoulder.
Yeah.
Kyra's right. Wait, which way are you? You're right. This is backwards. Which way are you? You're right here. Okay, so let's do a high five. Give me a hug, for God's sake.
Oh, I'm just.
Well, Mishka was part husky and part wolf. Somebody asked if she was Samoyed. She's part husky, part wolf. She was when she was here in the physical. I just need to say, doesn't Kyra look gorgeous? Kyra is just like glowing. I think this whole pandemic thing suits her.
It's so
the rest of us are like, have gray hair, gained like millions of pounds, and we're all like, Kyra looks amazing. She does.
You are so sweet to say that.
And everything.
So I want to get to some meat and potatoes.
But can I introduce you?
Oh, sure. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. So next to me over here on this side, even though it looks like, yeah, and I'm blurry now. Over here is the fabulous Kyra Schaefer, founder and president of As You Wish Publishing Company, publishing all the great spiritual, personal developments and motivational and gratitude books and journals, collaborative experiences, and an amazing motivational, inspirational, and spiritual teacher. If you didn't know Kyra, she is #1 country dance fluffer. She's a dance fluffer. If you didn't know that about Kyra, she's a dance fluffer. What does that mean? She gets up in front of 2,000 plus people at our Celebrate Your Life conferences, gets everybody on their feet and dancing and moving. But before she goes on stage, what does she do?
Has to go to the bathroom.
I have to stand very still. The camera can't focus with me like vomit. Okay. But I have to tell you something. You are in excellent company.
Sunny.
You know who else used to throw up before they went on stage?
Sunny
Dawn Johnston.
Yes.
Sunny Dawn Johnston. She used to get sick before she went on stage.
Yeah.
Right? Yep.
Yeah.
She doesn't anymore.
No.
And Kyra.
After the first time, I had like 5 more times I was in front of your amazing audience and attendees, and I was like, I'm good. Like, I got this now. I'm good. I can do this all day.
I know. You came up when we were doing the Sedona event in 2019.
Yes.
You came up on stage and you talked and like, yeah, she's good on stage.
I'm good. I'm good with it now.
Great on stage. That's why the camera, too much energy, Liz. Yeah, no, I have to stand very still.
Yeah, I know.
Are you standing up? Are you in a chair, Kyra? Are you standing?
I am on a chair dancing. No, I'm standing up. Because I speak better. I feel like I speak better when I stand, and you have such energy and just so many dynamic things that like come at me when we're talking that I feel like I need to be like up and present with you. You know what I mean? That's what
This is our up and present look.
That's
your look.
Oh my God.
Kyra, okay, you want me to talk about something serious?
So the title of our talk right now is Speaking and the Secrets of the Universe. So, because that's what you put in.
Secrets of the universe.
Yeah, I mean, I figured
we're going to unofficial, all the secrets of the universe. Yeah, but I sent you like the real one the other day.
I know, I got it, but it's not as good as Secrets of the Universe. I mean, Schaefer,
supposed to fill out, right? And I said, we're going to talk about the secrets of the universe. Shh. Nobody else knows them but me and Kyra.
I know. But I know one.
She and I are going to tell you.
I know. Wait till the end.
Wait until the end, and we will tell you. We will tell you the meaning of your life. Because we know so much more than you know for yourself.
So let's talk about speaking. So because the real legit reason is all about becoming a professional speaker and helping your students, Liz, who are going to be coming to your awesome event that is going to be coming up. I don't know what the time frame is, but I have attended this event myself, this speaking event and training, and I am telling you right now, it is one of the most transformational classes that I have ever taken when it comes to speaking. And I took speaking in college, I took speaking in high school, I did drama, I did all that kind of stuff. And the way that Liz and Sunny combine their forces combine.
I her to do this, by the way. She's reading from a script. No, I'm not.
No, and I mean, even I think at one part of the event, Liz, I was like crying, and Liz like came over and like held me in her arms, and I was like, okay, I'm okay now. Because it was so transformative, because it's not just about speaking in that way. It's about releasing a lot of those blocks and clearing out a lot of garbage that we just don't need anymore to help us get in there and stand up and say what we want to say and be who we want to be. And they bring you into that lovingly, and also a little bit like, hey, are we doing this? Are we going to do this or what?
You know what? That's a really good song you just said. Say what we want to say, be what we want to be. We could all make a song, say what we want to say, right? Okay, so here's the real deal. Sunny Dawn Johnston, she is a best-selling author. She's an internationally renowned speaker. Sunny has been speaking. Actually, she didn't get her start, but at Celebrate Your Life, she used to be one of our volunteers, and then she became a speaker. And she's been to every single Celebrate Your Life event, conference and retreat since '07. She's been a speaker. So here's the deal. I've been a producer of conferences and retreats and events and summits for 25 years. 25 years. It started when I was 15. Really, I'm not a day over 30, whatever. Anyway, so I've been doing this for 25 years. And my mom and I, who's over my shoulder right here, we started the company and we work with some of the greatest spiritual teachers, I believe, in our country. I worked with Wayne Dyer for 16 years until he transitioned into spirit with Deepak Chopra, Marianne Williamson, Carolyn Mace, Neil Donald Walsh, Greg Braden, Dr. Joe, Kyra Schaefer, Sonny John Johnston, Denise Lynn, Lisa Williams, Greg Braden, Dr. Bruce Lipton, everybody. So we've been working with pretty much everybody in the industry. The only people I haven't worked with are Oprah. But Oprah was a sponsor of our events for years.
Oh, wow.
And the Dalai Lama. I have not worked with the Dalai Lama. At any rate, so I've been producing all of these amazing events for all these years. And prior to doing this, I was an actor and I was doing a lot of regional theater until my career just imploded and I didn't know what to do with my life. And then was just organically thrown into creating spiritual events. And my mom and I partnered for the first 15 years until she transitioned into spirit. So I have a very, very keen eye from a producer's viewpoint of what works and what doesn't work. And Sonny and I have put this program together where I'm coming from a producer's point of view, where I know what my expectations are when I hire a speaker to come and be a part of one of our Celebrate Your Life events. And Sonny comes from someone who has worked her tush off in becoming a visible speaker in the world. Because I remember when Sonny was just doing like little 2-person classes in her living room to where she is today. And she's been asked to speak at some of the most highest profile conferences and retreats in the country. And so it's been a wonderful journey to watch her. So the two of us are bringing all of our talents and our gifts together in what we're calling the CYL Speakers Program. So if you've written a book, if you have a desire to get your message out there into the world, this would be the program for you. It's a great springboard into understanding how to have proper stage presence, how to pitch a producer, what we look for when I'm looking at all of these proposals. I mean, we get tons of proposals for people to come speak at our events. And what do I look for? And we're also going to train you how to get your message out there in the world. We're also going to talk about, and Sonny's going to talk more about this, about how to get the passion to create your workshop, like how that's formulated. I'll be talking about how to really write an effective workshop title and description. So because all producers will ask for this, and every time you do a presentation, you have to write a really solid description about what you're going to be talking about. So if you want to be out there, if you want to be out there speaking, come join us. If you go to celebrateyourlife.com, it'll be on the homepage at celebrateyourlife.com. If you want to go directly there, it's celebrateyourlife.com/speakers program. And if you sign up before March 13th, it's a $76 discount.
Wow.
You know why 76?
That was the year you were born?
Trombones in the big 110 cornets. Things. It has a relationship to a musical or a play. That's my favorite. Wanted it to be 76. Anyway, so it is from the Music Man, of course.
Yes.
And anyway, so there is a big discount if you register before March 13th. And if you have any questions, now's the time to ask me.
Yes, please ask. Yes.
Yeah.
Suzanne is saying, it's awesome. You got to go. Just do it.
Yeah, Suzanne did the program.
You guys, I'm crying, laughing. Foxy is joining us as well. Yay!
Oh, I love all the symbols.
Claps.
Wait a second. Doing this.
Oh my gosh.
That's honestly, I mean, I'm not trying to like sell you on anything. I'm just sharing with all of you that the value in the program is really great. We give an awful lot to the program. It's the way it's laid out is there are video recordings, video lessons that you'll go through. And then Sunny and I come into a private Facebook group where you get to talk to other people and other people that are in the program. And we actually come into their live and we'll do some live sessions and do some training and Q&A. So yeah, it's a great program, I think.
Yeah, that's incredible. Having that live element, and are they able to do Q&A and stuff like that as well?
Yep.
Good.
Absolutely.
That is so huge. I mean, guys, if you really think about this and take a step back from it and just really think about how often do you get to say you get to talk to someone who is a production company, who owns a production company for 25 years, who's been in the industry forever, who knows the ins and outs, who knows all the pitfalls, who knows how to write copy, who knows, like, it's amazing. And then open up all of those creative faculties. The way I found that they worked really beautifully together is not only can Liz teach you how to have stage presence, which is unbelievable. You did an exercise with us where we were to stand and be very grounded in our self. And I had to use that, when I was on your stage and in other places where I felt nervous. And so, there's that piece where I'm sure you're going to be going through some of those activities as well. And with the creativity opening up and your intuition and all that stuff in that work with Sunny can be really powerful as well. I mean, this is like a massive opportunity. You don't want to miss this thing, guys. I'm telling you, I am not like trying to sell you on anything either. I just know the value from these two ladies that is powerful. So Mia,
I love what Mia is asking. So is Mia Phoenix? That's not. I know another Mia who's in Phoenix. I don't know if it's her or not. So I would say that that's one of the biggest fears that people have is public speaking. Not for me at all. It was when I was an actor. So I wouldn't necessarily take an acting class. And I'll tell you why, Mia, because when I was an actor, it was harder for me to go on stage than it is for me to go on stage now. And during my career in running Celebrate Your Life events, I actually had an opportunity. I actually had it right before I met Jeff. It was in 2007 or 8. It must have been 7. No, it was 8. Anyway, I had an opportunity to be on stage and do a show. And I remember thinking, oh, I've got this because I'm a seasoned actress and I've got years and years, 20 years under my belt of being on stage in front of 2,000 or 3,000 people at a time. I was so nervous. Like I kept thinking, I can't do this. I can't believe I can't do it. I just can't do it. Because being an actor is and I realized that, and Kyra, you can relate to this because you were an actor also. There's something different about being able to go on stage as yourself, right? And not being a character in somebody else and not being worried about going up on your lines or all of a sudden going blank and thinking, what show is this?
Who am I? What is my character?
I know. Now I have producer's nightmare. I used to have actor's nightmare all the time. Like, what show are we doing? Okay, what show are we doing? What's the new I am? And so that kind of got in the way for me. And I would never recommend to somebody go take an acting class because you're memorizing scripts as opposed to memorizing and knowing your own content and the passion that your own process and your own material will bring out of you. Instead, you're relying on Tennessee Williams or Eugene O'Neill's words, who were playwrights, rather than relying on who you are, because that organically will come out of you. If you're, Mia, I have to tell you that, and this is not a sell, if you are writing a book and you want to get the word out there, you're kind of going to have to speak about it. Either you're going to be interviewed and go on some TV interviews or radio interviews, podcast interviews. So you're going to talk about the book if you want the book to be out there and successful. I can't think of any books out there that the author has never had to go out there and speak. The only person I can think of is Carlos Castaneda, and that was back in the 60s. Yeah. And he was this elusive mysterious man. And it wasn't until later in life that he came out and spoke about his work. But those are and this was back in the 60s. And it just, unfortunately, it doesn't work that way anymore. So if you do want to be a successful, author with your book and get it out there, you will have to learn how to speak. And this is something that we teach. And here's a tip that I do. Here's a little tip, and you kind of nailed it. Whenever I get nervous or I'm feeling a little bit anxious on stage, I plant my feet. You can't see the way I'm standing, but just think of how Superman used to stand, with his hips a little bit, his legs far apart, hip width. Right, exactly. Hands on your hips. But I don't do hands on my hips. Because that looks too phony. But I always tell my speakers, if you're feeling nervous, and I can watch somebody's body language on stage, and I'm watching them move, and I'm watching their hands. And because of my acting background, and because I've been watching speakers for 25 years, I know when someone's nervous. And I tell them to just plant themselves. Just plant yourself. Hip width apart, solid, plant yourself. And just allow yourself to take a moment, take a beat, and then allow your voice to be heard. And I've had to do that. And Kyra, you've seen me do this on stage. And they can always tell when I feel like I'm nervous, or I'm going too quickly, or something's happening. Because normally when I'm on stage, I'm pacing, I'm looking at the audience, and I'm going back and forth, and I can do that. But when there's something that's making me nervous or upsetting me, something's going on in my head, and I'm not connecting with my material, plant myself. 90% of the time that brings me right out of it and right back into not being afraid.
So, I have seen, and I have also seen, because Liz is also very authentic. So if there is something going on, she doesn't hide it from the audience. She doesn't, try to pretend that nothing is going on. It's sometimes when there are things that, because things happen in big events, and you have to communicate. And so my example of a good speaker has been Liz Dawn, has been Sunny, has been a number of the other. I a lot of times when I go to the events, I am watching the demeanor of the speaker and the ways that I can emulate some parts of it. But that one right there has been very effective when I have been scared. I'm an introvert. And I'm not naturally flamboyantly out there and really wanting to put my neck on the chopping block. And so
you would never know that.
Sometimes.
And you would never know that because you're fantastic on stage.
Because of teachers like you.
You've been seriously, you are fantastic on stage. And so what Kyra does, which is, and of course, I've been watching speakers for all these years, so I know what works, and they read their audience. They pay attention to what's happening to their audience, and they know how to grab them, bring them back in. So Kyra gets on stage, and she's learned how to connect with her audience. She's learned how to pay attention to her audience and what's going on. She can see, are they getting bored? What's happening with them? And I've watched you do this, and I've watched you all of a sudden shift your energy and then bring the audience back up again. Like, okay, they're not engaging with me, so I need to do something different. And that's what you learn in the speakers program as well. Sunny also is masterful at that. Sunny and Wayne Dyer was masterful at that, where he could look in the audience and he would be able to look and kind of monitor what's the energy, what's going on. Am I losing people? Same thing with Sunny. And you learn how to do that. And so what's happening throughout your presentation is that you're too engaged in the material. You're too engaged with your audience to almost be nervous anymore. After the first 10 minutes, it's gone. Yeah. It's absolutely gone. And we're going to be doing something. Sunny and I are going to be doing something live at some point to be able to get people live and in person and really train people. I want to get my hands on people.
Yeah.
And we're going to do an advanced level class, but you have to take this class first in order to be in the advanced level class. But I want to do one-on-one training with people. I want to get them on stage. I want to get them moving. I've done a little bit of that in some of our other classes, but we've never had enough time. But that's something that, yeah. I mean, and it's not just being able to tell what the audience is feeling, but it's also just, it's observing their body language. Mm-hmm. Like I'm seeing people just stare at me like this and I'm not getting responses the way I need to get responses. I'm like, oh shit, I need to do something to wake them up.
Right.
Right. And I'll do something. I'll either get off the stage and I'll go into the audience, or I will ask everybody, raise your hand if you're doing this, or how about this, or I'll get them on their feet.
Yes.
Sunny does the same thing. She gets people connected and getting people connected to other people in the workshop and knowing when to do that and when not to do that.
Yeah. Oh, that's huge. That's huge. Yeah. Because when you learn these elements, you are unstoppable. You're like an unstoppable force of creating connection and getting your people where you want them to go. And then they have a really empowered experience, and they want to come back to your next workshop, and they want to come back to your next talk, and you're going to get hired more to do more talks, and you're going to be on interviewed and all kinds of stuff because you learn these massive fundamentals. They're not basic fundamentals, mind you. They are like core fundamentals. I just want to say Mia asked again, I thought this was really good, and you might have already kind of answered it, but she said, also, how do you talk about a subject like trauma and keep the audience captured and uplifted?
Well, I don't know that I would because I'm been teaching a program right now, and the program I'm teaching has nothing to do with necessarily trauma, but it's coming up within the confines of the coaching. So I've been teaching a class on how to attract the love you want in your life. My other little side gig is teaching people how to find a partner and a love relationship that's a match for them, because I struggled with that and I figured it out and I love teaching about it.
Right.
So some old trauma came up the other day in the program, and I don't think, in my opinion, I think there are moments where you don't have to keep it uplifted. I don't think that there are moments in my presentation where it's okay for people to get into the depths of their emotion. The key is knowing how to bring people through it and out of it, if you know the processes. So one of the things that I did do, Mia, is that I talk to people about it, and that yes, there's anxiety, yes, there's fears, yes, there's sexual abuse that you may have been through. And I promise you there is a way through it. And with this process that we're going to learn, there is a way through it. And you don't have to go to 20 years. And I've said this in this class. I've said you don't have to go through 20 years of therapy in order to figure this out. I am collapsing time right here, right now. I'm going to teach you the process. So within it, I'm allowing them to go into the trauma, and I'm also doing the process and letting them know we're going to get through it quickly.
Yes.
So hopefully that's part of your presentation.
Yeah, I think that's huge. And because, and I also talk about when people are writing their books and things like that, to add caveats in there and say, this is where I am on my process. This is where I am in my journey right now, today. That doesn't mean I'm not going to change my mind later. Because I think that's to me, and this doesn't necessarily have anything to do, but if I don't want to have a book, if I'm from a reader's point of view, I don't want to read a book that is only trauma. I want to read a book that has an engagement, and then you work me through the trauma so that I can go, oh, did they come out of it the other side? Or are they still in this trauma? They're still in this victimhood, and I'm not learning. I'm not growing. I'm not allowing new opportunities, because if they can't do it, I can't do it. But the other opposite is true. If they can do it, I damn sure can do it. Exactly. And so I think that's huge. So when I speak, or when I talk about it, or when I talk about people writing, how'd you get there, girl? I want to know the end. I want to know the end. Yeah.
Exactly. Foxy had a really, really good question.
Good.
Love the question. What are some of the follow-up benefits? I love public speaking and love being on the stage. I am willing to learn more about doing it. After this one training, then one. Love that you asked that question.
She's so good.
Well, because Cindy and I were supposed to do a follow-up live retreat in 2020, but unfortunately we couldn't schedule that. And the live retreat and I say retreat because it's going to be a longer program, more intensive. It is going to be heavier training for those people who want more in-depth information, for those people who want to get on stage, demo their stuff with us. have me work with them on their presentation, like more one-on-one. So it won't be a lot of people. We're only going to take a limited amount of people. So that would be the follow-up training. But part of the speaker's program is that you get enough information for you to jumpstart your career. And if you're already doing it, there are tips to how to take it to the next level. And I think one of the biggest pieces in that program, well, there's so many great pieces in it, but one of the pieces that I teach is, what do I look for? So when speakers are coming to me, what do I look for? For instance, I look for, even though they might be up and coming speakers, I look for, how hard has this person been working on their career? So Foxy, let's say you were to come to me, Foxy or Mia or anybody else listening here. When you come to me and say, listen, I want to be on the Celebrate Your Life stage. I'm not that well known yet, but here's what I've done. And if I see that you've been making an effort to work hard at your career, you've got a website, and this is when you're pitching me to be a speaker at a professional program. This is not for the speaker's program, for the training program. This is specifically if you want to come and be on my stage. I look for how hard you've been working. Do you have a website? Is the website professional looking? Have you written any books? Sometimes people have, some people haven't. That's not a deal breaker. Where have you been teaching? What are the programs? How many people have you had in your classes? Also, I want to see a reel. I want to see a sizzle reel. I want to see 5 minutes of you on stage, or I want to see 5 minutes of you doing a YouTube video talking about your work. I want to see what your presentation skills look like. I'm also looking for, I'm telling you guys a lot here, and I go through this in the program too in more detail.
This is so, Suzanne, she said it already. She said, look at that. That is golden.
Yeah. I also want to know what you're teaching. And here's the deal. And we go through this in the speakers program, in the Celebrate Your Life speakers program. I want to know what you're teaching. And to tell me that spiritual empowerment is what you're teaching is not enough. I need to know why, for instance, why would I want to come to your workshop? What is going to be so fabulous about your workshop that is going to be important for me? What am I going to discover, learn, and experience as a result of attending your presentation? That is crucial. And I teach you during the speaker's training, I actually teach you how to write a good title and a description for presentations when you're pitching someone like myself.
Yeah.
So
Listen, yeah, I'm already thinking, Liz. I'm already thinking, like, as you're talking, I'm like, oh yeah, I got to rework my thing. I got to rework that thing. So I'm like, okay.
Tell you something, it's really helpful when you have somebody who's really objective and can say, oh, but Kyra, I don't really understand what I'm going to learn here, and I don't really get what I'm going to do. Tell me, what am I going to get out of it? That with me. So there's something in the industry, you know what this is. Yeah. It's called with me. And that's an acronym for what's in it for me. What's in it for me? What is the pain point of your customer that you're going to solve for them? What is their pain point that you're going to solve for them? For me, when I'm teaching about the dating platform, their pain point is they've struggled in relationships, right? They haven't been able to find a partner who's a fit for them. They've dated or been in dysfunctional relationships, and they just can't figure out why they keep attracting the same schmuck over and over again.
Yeah, right.
So that's their pain point. I know I can solve it for them. Yeah. And so all my copy on my dating stuff is all about how I can solve this for them and the skills I'm going to teach them and the inner work I'm going to teach them in order to get to that place.
Yeah. That's huge.
So Foxy, you're saying the next level is what you need. If you want to be considered for that next level, I think we're only going to take people who have taken this step one. So this is like part one. So it's the celebrateyourlife.com is the website, celebrateyourlife.com/speakers program, or just go to our main website, celebrateyourlife.com. You'll see it on the homepage.
Yeah. Take a look, Foxy. This is right up your street. I think you would get so much out of it. You know, you're already a speaker. I've done interviews with Foxy. She's an amazing speaker. It's not that this is for novices necessarily, although this will speak and help contribute. This is also for people who, I had been speaking in front of people for a very long time already. I'd already had a hypnosis career, and I'd already done a whole bunch of stuff. I go to the speaker training and I'm like, oh, I got things I got to learn. Hold on a second. So, yes, I feel like we just kind of all need it all,
It's funny because, you and I have talked a lot, and we've Kyra's told me things that I was like, oh, why didn't I think of that? So it's getting somebody's different perspective, and Sunny has a very different perspective than I do. And I've learned so much from Sunny. Oh my gosh, I've learned so much from her, and I've watched her grow in this industry. But I've learned so much from every single teacher, every single person that has been out there.
Yeah, you don't have to.
On the website before this started. Oh, I love that.
Yes, awesome. We don't I have coaches that are completely lateral to me, in ability and whatever. And I get a benefit because, like you said, we bounce ideas, we connect, we mastermind, we understand. And when you have somebody like Liz Dawn that has been in the industry, you're privy to information that you wouldn't be privy to otherwise. So I just can't say enough about it. It was so helpful and beneficial to me.
I'm curious about what Foxy teaches. Foxy, so tell me who she is. Tell me a little bit about
Foxy is absolutely incredible. She works a lot with trauma. She works a lot with abused women and things like that. She does a lot of counseling work and coaching and that kind of thing. And she is also she's also a registered nurse, I believe, and she does a lot with counseling in that regard. So, but Foxy, tell us more, because I don't want to tell your story for you.
Transforming trauma into wellness. Okay, I'm going to ask something really bold here. Is Foxy a woman of color?
Yes.
Aha. Okay, so our industry, and I apologize if I'm saying this, if I'm wrong, I'm apologizing in advance. Our industry is lacking in diversity.
Yes.
Time. Horrible. It's an embarrassment, to be quite honest with you.
Agreed.
And the fact that you are a woman of color, you're stepping into the space, or you've been in the space, letting your voice be heard and letting yourself be known is important, more important now than ever, because our industry needs more diversity. And I don't understand why there isn't more diversity. And it's uncomfortable as a conference producer. And Kyra, you know this because you've been on our team and helped me with things before. And it's uncomfortable sometimes doing these events, and I look around and I say to myself, where are our brothers and sisters?
Where are girls? Yeah. Where are girls of color? Because it's hard. It's hard to find, it's hard to find speakers. It's just hard to find speakers who are wanting to take that next step. And I don't know. And I'm going to be real messy here because I'm good with messy. I've spent the last year getting good with not knowing what's right, and then just allowing people to teach me better, which is just like, we need our diversity. We need people stepping up. And one of the things that I've noticed is that either a person of color hasn't felt safe enough, hasn't felt supported enough, hasn't felt safe enough and loved enough to get up there and speak their truth and say what they want to say, or there just hasn't been that level of opportunity. And what I think that Liz has been really focused on, it has been, how can we get that diversity back into these types of personal development programs? So I'm glad we addressed that. I think that's a really huge thing.
Yeah, and I have an idea, Kyra. So stay on afterwards.
Okay.
Is that Mia? Are you Mia Quintana? Is your last?
She said she's Latina.
Yeah, I know that. But Quintana, is that Mia? That one. Yeah, and she knows who she is.
Are you that Mia?
And I always
Foxy says, hold on, I love, see, here's what I like.
Oh, sorry.
No worries, I'm coming.
Good. Excellent.
Oh, this is a huge comment. There's usually a limit in the platforms, that limit being only to church events. That's interesting.
Well, producers such as, oh my gosh, I'm full gut body goosebumps right now. A producer such as myself, I need to be helped and to be guided to looking elsewhere and to also support and nurture the Latina community, the Black community, the even what you were talking about yesterday, the Muslim community, and our brothers and sisters of color and diversity, to get their messages out there. I'm not quite sure how to do that yet, but this has been in my heart and on my mind for many years.
Yeah.
And I'm not quite sure what that magic formula is, Kyra, but
I think if at minimum it's we put it out there, we give opportunities, we allow people to do. But the thing is, though, is that it's going to be the same across the board. You need to do you. You have to get your platform. You have to get your website going. You have to get your voice out there. And I know it's tough.
Yeah.
And I know that you come up against odds that a white gal like me might not have going on. But I'll tell you what, it doesn't matter. We still have to have all of those things. And when you have all of those things, it's going to come around. You keep putting that energy out there. And people, that energy will not only come back, but people are going to come running at you because we need you. And so I really think that's a key element as well.
And myself as a producer, I need help understanding what the needs are. So I'm putting that out there. Absolutely. Oh, Foxy, fantastic. Private message me, please.
Yay! Yay! Just so many comments. Suzanne says Canadians too, please. Okay. All right, Canada. We're good, Canada. We got you, baby. Mia said she's not Mia Katana. Yeah. So, but Liz, I could talk to you for hours and hours and hours. You are so dynamic in your understanding of how things work that it's amazing just to have you on here and sharing some of this wisdom with us. Do you have anything you'd like to leave our friends with, or any other tidbits you'd like to connect people?
If you feel like you have a message and you want your voice to be heard, and you feel like you have a message to share with the world, then start taking the steps to get your message out there. Do not give up. Because I just don't believe that if you have that calling in your soul, in your spirit, that it's absolutely something that you deserve, and to honor that drive, to honor that mission inside of your soul. Do not give up. You know that Neil Donald Walsh, who wrote Conversations with God, it became such a huge New York Times best-selling book that it broke publishing industry records, and all of the Conversations with God series book. He was turned down 9 times by a publisher. He was turned down 9 times.
Incredible.
Well, those other publishers are kicking themselves in the butt. Someone said yes to him because he knew the material was that important. He was homeless. He wrote everything on a legal pad. This was in 1997-ish. And he broke publishing industry records. James Redfield, who wrote The Celestine Prophecy, self-published, sold. He went around to bookstores handing the book out to people. And then a huge publishing company, Time Warner, at the time they were the spiritual publishing company, and they picked it up and again became a huge New York Times bestselling author and speaker. So don't give up. Don't give up. Can I say that one more time? Don't give up. And take the speakers program. One more shameless plug. take the speakers program. If nothing else, we'll just have a fantastic time. Go to celebrateyourlife.com. That's celebrateyourlife.com. And it'll be on the homepage. Or if you click down with the events tab, you'll see it.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you, Liz. Thank you for being on the program. And I am just so happy. So happy. I'm so happy I know you. We get to be in this unique position together, or I get to be in the unique position with Liz to be a part of these events that she hosts, and getting to watch everything that unfolds, kind of behind the scenes, and what is done, what magic happens, and how we all dig deep, and how we all trust each other, and how we all allow each other to grow and make mistakes. And it's just so cool to be in an environment like that. And so I've been learning from Liz Dawn for a very long time. You will love learning from Liz as well. I have no doubt. So thank you so much, guys, for joining us. Liz, don't go anywhere, because I want to see you and chat with you some more. And celebrateyourlife.com. Go out there, sign up for the speakers program. You want it. You need it. Do it. Do it. All right, leave creepy. Do it.
This is Liz signing off now. Bye-bye.
Watch